Hello, we're once again back with Goojpod.
Howdy.
I am Cannon,
And I'm Hailey.
and this is episode 4. Didn't think we'd make it this far.
Nope, me neither.
Doubted ourselves, at least a fair bit. But we're here. I'm going to say this every episode until it's 100 episodes. I'll stop doing it after episode 100. We're not going to get there. So normally we do like a little update, what we did either today or like with this week or whatever, right? You know, last week we went to the festival. Week before that, I don't remember. This week, it's like, I'm not going to call it a crossover, but it's the first time that we got to see a musician that I added to the playlist. We got to see Drayton Farley.
It was a very good show.
It was very solid. He had a bunch of local musicians in roughly the same genre play before him, and they were all mostly mid.
Yeah.
I would just spout names, but I don't want to dox us just yet, so I can't go too far into it. But Drayton was phenomenal. He sounds exactly like his recordings.
Spot on.
Yeah. Like, if you all want to see, if he's playing a show near any of you all, go see him. Like, he's well worth whatever you have to pay.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, I do as well. We also went out in, I guess it was sort of in the middle of the week this last week, and I was able to pick up another copy of Teen Oblivion, or at least so I thought, again.
A bummer.
So I went to the local game exchange and was looking around there and found a copy. The case says it's Teen, and I just today looked, and the sticker actually says it's the Game of the Year edition on the sticker. I thought she gave us the wrong discs, but now we have a complete Game of the Year edition for 360, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely better to have all the DLC to play Oblivion. It's a wonderful game.
Agreed.
So I spent a lot of time trying to look for Xbox 360 controllers, and you can't fucking find them anywhere. I ended up ordering a generic one off of Amazon, and the same thing goes with PS2 controllers. Now, I finally got my PS2s in. The first one showed up, cleaned it out, sprayed it out with the air compressor and whatnot. It had definitely been in a smoker's home at some point.
Yeah.
That like dark orangish gray brown dust that you get in a smoker's house. Sprayed it all out and brought it back in, powered it up. It turns on and the disc tray didn't open. So I got to learn how to take apart a PS2 and adjust the disc tray so that it works. And it opens and closes perfectly fine now, but it doesn't read discs. So I get to take it apart again, and I saw some people like clean the laser or something, so I'm gonna try to do that, I guess. But the other one came, and I haven't gotten to test it yet. But it also came with a memory card, and where the first one didn't, I'll have to get on there this next week and see what kind of dirty little secrets somebody might have left on their 8 megabytes. I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure the place that I ordered it from probably wiped it beforehand.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had talked to you earlier this week about how I was going to try to prepare a true crime case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was going to cosplay as you, basically.
I'm excited.
I didn't.
Oh.
I had saved a video from TikTok. I thought I might have added it to my favorites, but I couldn't find it. And I thought that I just saved the video, but I could not find it. But there was this kid who had played Xbox Live with this guy for a few years, or it may have been PlayStation, but we're just going to say Xbox Live. But he had played for years with this guy, and like they were just for like freshly 18, and they had played for all of high school, we'll say, something like that. They had a relationship for at least a few years, and he was getting on to show that he was friends with this guy on Xbox on the TikTok, and then pans around to a news article where the kid with the same name from the same city that his Xbox Live account said he was from stabbed his brother through the chest with a sword.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I wanted to pull up the news article if it was possible to, describe the case in a little bit more depth, but I wasn't able to do that. But I figured since I had mentioned it to you before that I could at least
give me the gist.
The recollection from my mind of what it was. But yeah,
Damn.
No, it was like I don't know what his brother did. Probably nothing. But that actually brings me into, I didn't actually put myself notes here, but that brings me to bowling alley drama. I have 2, one of them being The Murderer, and the other one being the pube story from this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick. Are we doing pubes or murder first?
Let's ease in. Let's start with pubes.
We're easing in with some pubes. So where I work, we have a private bathroom for the department that I work in, and pretty much everyone in the front of the building does not come to the back. They just use the other bathrooms up front. So this bathroom is used by me and like 5 other people. And I got a couple Snapchats. Do I want to sound like a boomer and say Snapchats?
Couple snaps.
Well, I know I didn't want to say that and sound like a Zoomer.
I mean, pick one.
The duality
Boomer.
of man. But anyways, yeah, so I had a couple snaps come in from one of the guys that works with me, and he sent me a video. There were pubes all over the bathroom sink and all over the toilet, and like your first thought is like, oh, maybe it's beard hair, right? There are 2-3 people there who can even grow a beard. I barely can, and my shit's red. And then one of the other guys is blonde, and then the other one's gray. No, it wasn't beard hair, because it's black.
Yeah.
Well, I had discussed in a previous episode about Lee. That's the name that we've given this person.
Yes.
Well, it turns out it was her other son, who does not work there. And I don't know that he shaved them or if he just has that many loose pubes in his pants. But that's...
Okay, I hate that you put the thought of loose pubes in my head.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Well, you've obviously never used a men's urinal.
That is correct.
Because I would describe... If you had 2 words to describe the state of men's urinals.
Loose pubes?
Loose pubes.
Ew.
Murder. The murder bowling alley drama. So we had this guy working there before we shut down for COVID. No, it was right after we reopened. Because he was let out of prison because of COVID.
Yep.
But I like to do a little, investigation on some of the shadier employees we hire. Just because, we don't do fucking background checks, so I'll do them for them. Just that way I know who to avoid or who to not piss off, basically, right? Most of the time they just end up being alcoholics with 10 DUIs, or they sold weed to kids, or they're just drug addicts. It's like the general case.
Yeah.
So this guy, he was big. He was probably 6 foot. If you could not vape into the mic...
I was trying not to.
It picked it up so strongly. But no, this guy was probably at least 6'3", 6'4". He's taller, and he was probably 400 pounds. He was wide. He was built like a linebacker and overweight. Now, how you get that much food in jail, I will never know. But he did it. Probably beating people up and taking their food, actually. But he went to jail. I don't remember exactly how old he was. He was around 14.
Yeah.
But he had been playing cards, like, well, I'm going to say poker, but I know that's wrong, like a card game, but that type of cards, like playing cards with his brother, and was losing, and so he went to his parents' room, pulled out the shotgun from underneath his dad's bed, and shot him in the chest with it. He did not kill him first shot. His brother, he to quote, was screaming and asking him not to do it, and he shot his face off. And then he sat at the front of their house, waited for their mother to show up, and shot her as well. Then proceeded to unload the rest of the shotgun, lay it next to him, wait on his dad to come home and tell him what he did.
Absolutely unhinged.
Yeah, it's insane. I worked with that guy very briefly, and thank God it was brief.
Didn't he also come up with a story of why he was?
Yeah, no. So, like, if you just, like, generally look him up, it comes up that he was arrested for murder. We had to dig a little deeper to find the story, because it was from the 70s. I think 70s, 80s, something like that.
Yeah, it was like a scan of a newspaper article about it.
From the city he told us he was from, with his name and the correct age and everything lined up. But no, he told everybody there at work that he was arrested for murdering someone in gang-related stuff. Like, it was gang violence, it was rival gangs. And that's what the story that he told was, is that he murdered somebody through his gang. No, it turns out, dude, you killed your mom and your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucked. Nobody who worked with him was very comfortable working with him after that.
Very understandable.
But yeah, no, that does it for my little short, and I think very strong
Yeah.
bowling alley drama section, I guess. The other stuff that I have lined up, I don't have like hardly anything.
Okay. It's actually kind of funny because my bit's also pretty short.
Well, I figured that we were gonna have short stuff, so I have a surprise.
Okay.
And we're either gonna do it before or after your story, and I'm leaning towards after.
Okay.
My plan was to do it after your story, maybe shoot for the break right after your story, and come back in with this.
Okay. Sounds good.
So if you're ready, we could go ahead and do yours.
Okay. Let me grab my notebook. Alrighty. This is the case of the North Sea, like SEA, man, also known as the Gentleman. He was found on July 11th, 1994, on the coast of Helgoland. Probably pronouncing that wrong. It's like a German island. Just body washed up on shore. He was roughly 45 to 50 years old and 6'5". He was estimated to be in the water for about 7 months.
Jeez.
He had blunt force injuries to his head and torso. He had a bunch of cracked ribs. That sort of jazz. And he was weighed down by cobbler's feet.
I think I just showed a picture of those scrolling through this article.
Which is very strange. Like, what a weird thing to weigh someone down with.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're a cobbler.
Yeah, each of them weighed 3 kilograms, or roughly 6.5 pounds.
Okay.
And they were modeled for women's shoes.
Okay.
Thought that was a fun little detail. He was wearing a light blue button-up shirt, long sleeve. He was wearing underwear. Both of those came from the same clothing brand.
Okay.
Marks and Spencer's. They were estimated to have come out in 1992, so they were relatively new.
Yep.
He was wearing dark-colored trousers, a green, yellow, and blue striped tie, also for Marks and Spencer's. There's a thought that the tie could be related to like maybe a private school or a military school.
Where the hell is Marks and Spencer's, that store? Like, where are they?
It's UK based.
Okay. I was looking and I just saw, I don't know that this is, oh, that's just the North Sea. You said it was on an island.
It's technically an archipelago? Pelagio?
Is that on God how you trying to say that?
I don't...
Archipelago?
Archipelago. I don't know.
You know that word?
I know the word when I read it.
It doesn't sound like it.
Not out loud.
Oh, really? Weird.
Yeah, so the clothing company at the time was selling to English and French markets, including Canada. So it was primarily in the UK,
Yeah.
Canada,
Yeah,
France.
I definitely haven't heard of that.
Yeah. It is now worldwide, but I've still never heard of it.
Yeah.
He was wearing dark loafers, size 11.
Small for somebody that height.
Exactly. From Church & Company.
Okay.
Also a UK-based brand. And all of the shoes are handmade, so they're fairly expensive. I looked up current prices on a pair of shoes there. Right now, they're selling for around $1,500 a pair.
Yeah.
But this was in, the 90s. Anyways, they had been the shoes had been resold and had replacement heels as well. So it wasn't like he's this wealthy guy who could just go out and buy a new pair of shoes every time they...
Well, you say that, but like a good pair of shoes like that is expensive because you can resole it and
That's
reheal
true.
the shoe.
That is true.
They're expensive because the body of them lasts indefinitely as long as you take care of the wear parts. you
Yeah.
know?
They were definitely worn.
Honestly, looking at the type of shoe, it's a miracle it stayed on his foot for 7 months at sea.
Right? So the cobbler's feet had not casting marks.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull a page up
Okay.
again. I saw it. That's the shoe. Yeah, here. It's like numbers.
Yeah, the marks were from A.J. Jackson, which was a cobbling company
Okay.
from Kingswood, Bristol.
Okay.
The cobbler's feet are possibly dated between 1920 and 1930
Jesus.
because the company was bought out in, I think, the early 60s and then ended up closing down like 10 years later. So, they exhumed his body. He was buried in a nearby city in Germany because no one knew who he was. He just washed up, and they're like, don't know what to do with this. But his body was exhumed in December of 2021 for DNA.
Okay.
No matches.
Shit. I was gonna say hopefully that was conclusive.
Nope, no matches. But they did, what is it called?
I'm assuming genealogical testing to find out where he was from.
No,
Well, they should have done that.
I think they are, but they just don't know where to start.
Test his
Because
DNA to see where he's from. Just like send it to 23andMe, dog.
they took, I want to say carbon dating, but that's 100% wrong. Basically, they took bits of his teeth to try and determine where he was from.
Okay.
And he had spent a considerable, if not most of his life, either in Australia or Northern Europe.
Okay, well, one of those is more likely than the other,
Well, the thing is,
I would think.
the reason they determined it was Australia is because of the lead component in their gasoline.
Well, their gasoline's not leaded anymore.
Not anymore.
I don't know when that was changed.
I actually looked it up and it was 2000.
Wow, that feels late.
Yeah. It was like overall, everyone was like, hey, we're not putting lead in that anymore. But the Northern Europe section of it is because they use the same quantities of lead in both Australia and Northern Europe for the gasoline.
Right.
So yeah.
And are there any theories?
Well, I mean, yes. Most people think he was murdered, obviously, because he was beaten up and then weighted down and dropped into a body of water. There are a couple people who are like, well, maybe he committed suicide.
Beat
Which-
himself up first.
Yeah, right?
It's another one of those suicides, huh?
Yeah, but like, there's nothing. It's literally like the police have gone public with a lot more information because they're like, did you happen to know someone who was 6'5" in the mid-90s and they disappeared?
Right.
If so, please tell us. Because like it would be so hard to test DNA for, Germany in and of itself, but then all of the UK, Australia.
Well, I mean, what I was saying though is like you could at least see like where he descends from,
Yeah.
like genealogically, like where his family potentially could have been, because especially in Europe, a lot of those people live where their ancestors did for 1,000 years.
That is very true.
So,
I wonder how expensive it would be to do that.
do you want me to Google 23andMe cost?
No, not 23andMe.
Because it would work the same fucking way.
I mean, it would. Would it?
It shouldn't it? Why wouldn't it?
Well, they use spit for 23andMe.
I am aware that they use spit, but I'm assuming that there's forensic capabilities that don't need to use spit.
I mean, that's fair.
DNA's the same in every part of your body.
I was just thinking of, what is it called? Offrin?
I don't know what that is.
They were the people who did the testing that caught the Golden State Killer.
Okay.
And I know that company in particular is very expensive to have DNA run for police departments, but it's also U.S. based.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the way that I look at it, it's like you feel like law enforcement shouldn't have to spend money. It should just be able to do it, but that's not how things work, so.
Also, I did a little bit of digging too because there was a couple people saying that the way Europe treats cold cases is a lot different than in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's less of a priority there.
It's not really a priority here either,
I mean, not really.
other than when they think there could be a serial killer involved.
Yeah.
It's really it in the United States.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Somerton Man. There's a lot of cases like that.
I don't know what that one is either.
Oh,
But
he's basically a body washed up on shore, and
okay.
no one knows who he is.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, anyways, I guess we could jump to an early break, or I could go ahead and do this part. We're at 20 minutes, so I think it could fit before the break.
Okay.
It's going to be short because I think you're going to know this, but I put together 5 little true crime trivia questions.
Oh, goodness. Watch me get all of them wrong.
You won't, because you already mentioned something.
Oh.
But no, yeah, so this is just going to be a fun little bit that I was like, oh, this could be cool, because we had talked about doing trivia before.
Yeah.
And, like, I knew that my intro was going to be short, so I was like, I'll throw this in here, and then if it'll fit, it'll work. So,
And I just so happened to pick a short case.
yeah, I had no idea that you were doing that either, though. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and give you the rules.
Okay.
They're all multiple choice. There are 4 answers. I will read you all of them. You have a total of 5 questions. If you answer before I ask any of the questions, I'll give you the chance to answer before
You read the...
I read the
options.
answers. Yes.
Okay.
And it'll be worth 2 points.
Okay.
So potentially you could have 10 points.
Cool.
So it's funny because the first one is Dennis Roeder, also known as the BTK killer. What evidence helped police arrest him? You just mentioned
His
this.
DNA, right?
Oh, no, this isn't the one that you mentioned. Hold on. No, well, okay, so you're wrong.
Okay.
A, they tested rubber from his shoes. B, a pap smear. C, his ex-wife's diary. Or D, his confession. He's also known as the BTK Strangler.
Yeah. Bind, torture, kill.
Yeah,
Very creepy. It was a pap smear, wasn't it?
It was indeed. It was his daughter's pap smear.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's 1 point.
Okay.
Question number 2. Serial killer of fame, John Wayne Gacy, had all of these in his last meal except which one of the following? A KFC bucket. You couldn't get 2 here, so I was going to go ahead and jump into it. B, a dozen deep-fried shrimp. C, 3 Big Macs from McDonald's. Or D, a pound of strawberries. He had
3 Big Macs from McDonald's.
That is indeed correct. Gotta flip my page.
He was nuts. He's like, I just want a KFC bucket. Give me a pound of strawberries. Give me some shrimp, deep fried. He had like 4 other things too, I think.
He had fries was the only other thing.
Oh, okay.
All right, so question number 3. Brian Wells, sometimes known as Collar Bomb, was murdered in 2003 in a grandiose scheme to rob a bank. What was his occupation?
Pizza delivery driver.
Yep, so 2 points.
That's a crazy one too.
Indeed, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Question number 4. In the case of much notoriety, John Benet Ramsey, what fruit is discussed frequently throughout the case?
Pineapple.
That's another 2 points. I tried to make these easy and not like mad obscure.
Yeah, fair enough. You almost got me with the collar bomb one.
No, I didn't.
Well, I was like, Brian Wells, I'm like, I know that name. And if you hadn't have said collar bomb, I would have been like, I have no clue.
I left it in because, well, I don't know the extent, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sitting here asking, I'm not vetting you the questions first. So I was trying to find something that we could kill 5 or 10 minutes with.
Yeah, cool.
And it's trivia. Trivia is fun.
It's a lot of fun.
So, and this one is the one that you had already mentioned. So I feel there's no need in me. I know this one is really common. I think I would have gotten this one.
Mm-hmm.
What serial killer was described by his surviving rape victims as having a micropenis?
The Golden State Killer?
Indeed. What's his name? For an extra point. We'll give you 3.
Fuck. I can see his ugly face in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I could literally tell you so much stuff about him except for his name.
Joseph
Yep.
D'Angelo.
Yep, there we go. He was a cop.
Yep.
He was also known as...
Most cops have micro penises, turns out.
Doesn't surprise me. He was also known as the East Area Rapist and the original Night Stalker. Not to be confused with Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
But anyways, so the last question there totaled you out to 8 out of a possible 9 points.
Nice.
So that was very good. You got none of them wrong.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I didn't want to make it even more difficult, like super random, obscure stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, at what point does it become pointless to do?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that, so I was like, I picked stuff that I thought you would know, and I just Googled it really quick, and I came up with all the questions and answers.
Cool.
So that was
a lot of fun.
It's kind of annoying to do, to make trivia. Not really. I actually enjoyed finding it. It's just for you getting them all right. It's aggravating because it's like these were supposed to be hard, somewhat at least. But that does it for my first half for sure. I have nothing left.
I'm down.
This is the first time in Goojpod history we've broken in, finished the first half before 30 minutes, which is what we were supposed to have done before.
That's crazy.
That being said, I apologize for the whole entire true crime section to be so short.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, I think we were able to manage at least a little bit there.
Yeah, I thought I would be able to find more information about this guy, but...
Well, you also immediately, as soon as you told me that you had finished your notes for that section, found another case.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, are you going to do that one next week?
Yeah, I will.
So what is it?
Okay, I know very, very little about it.
Just tell us what it is so that way they can look forward to listening next time.
The Kentucky Doe.
The Kentucky Doe. I've never heard of that.
I hadn't heard of it either, but it was in the comments of one of the threads on Reddit I was reading about the guy I did the case on today. And
Cool.
I was like, oh, that sounds interesting.
Well, that does it for the entirety of the first half. So we are not going to be having any more true crime this episode. We're going to head to our break, come back immediately, unless you have something else after the break.
I don't believe so.
Into my music section.
Heck yeah.
And then we have the normal arrest section up right after that. So feel free to go ahead and skip my music section if all you're here for is people who get arrested for doing bad shit. So, bye.
Bye.
Hello.
Howdy.
We're back. It was a short one.
Bingo bango.
Music.
Yep.
You got yours pulled up over there?
Yep.
All right. We're starting off with the band Meet Me in Montauk. They're from Fresno, California, which I'm just now realizing. Hold on. I have a note here. I said, has a member that looks like the dude from Graduating Life.
Mm-hmm.
Bart Thompson is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Who is also... God! He waits until we're recording, I swear.
He had the whole break to do that.
But the guy from Mom Jeans. He looks like the guy from Mom Jeans. Will you, on your computer, go ahead and look him up real quick?
Yes.
Just so we can have your input here. It was Bart Thompson. This is the guy from Graduating Life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to go ahead and look up Meet Me in Montauk. And then one of the guys in their band. The band, not the song.
I know.
By Circus Survive. And he looks just like him.
Are you telling me that's not the same guy?
No, okay, I'm not. But I'm realizing that I want to say Graduating Life is from Fresno as well.
Okay.
So there's a very real possibility. I need maybe none of that was English.
Nope.
I needed to pull up the. I'm having you do it so that way I don't have to pull up Chrome again.
Okay.
What are their band members' names? Meet Me in Montauk band members' names, if you can. I'm curious because I couldn't find it when I looked earlier. I'm curious to see if maybe it is. Oh, Bart.
Yep.
It is Bart?
Yep.
Is this band just old?
Formed in 2013.
So yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Interesting. Didn't know that. I thought he just looked like him.
NATO Bandito.
So, okay, cool. I'm glad to have that realization recorded.
Yeah.
So here is Meet Me in Montauk
Oh.
with a member of Mom Jeans.
Mom jeans.
A mean green Mom Jeans Revenge Machine. Right?
Yep.
All right, we can go ahead and play now. You can definitely feel the, not right now, not in the clapping bit, but the once the music starts, you can hear the inspiration, the musical inspiration that Bart has brought. I feel like. Maybe I'm just word vomiting.
No, it makes sense.
Just got that Midwest emo. Fresno's Southern, isn't it? Southern California vibe.
Yes.
Of course, Mom Jeans doesn't do the screaming bit that I fucking love here.
Yeah.
I should say they generally don't. Okay, we can go ahead and pause. Thoughts?
It was very good.
Yeah, I quite like them.
Very Midwest emo.
From California.
Yeah.
It's that same... there's Midwest emo from the Midwest, and then there's Midwest emo from California, and you can always tell them apart.
Yeah.
I'm lying. I can't tell them apart. I'm just saying that because it sounds like the other bands that he's in. If you haven't checked out Graduating Life and like Mom Jeans, it's his current band. They're good. They're really good. He has a TikTok that's really sad watching him try to get people to listen to his music. So
That's sad.
it is. But, I mean, what are you supposed to do as a struggling musician? Other than make sad little TikToks.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Next up, we have the band CU Space Cowboy. Ellipses.
Yep.
With the song 7 Years. They were formed in San Diego in 2016.
Cool.
Their lead vocalist, I want to say her name is Connie.
Okay.
Don't hold me to that because I didn't make a note. But she is a trans woman,
Cool.
which is especially in... I would consider them to be like hardcore, post-hardcore.
Okay.
In this type of genre, it's very rare to see. And kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah.
They've played a ton of shows with larger heavy metal bands. I can't tell you any of them because I didn't give myself good notes, but I looked this up and they played a ton of big shows. They've played festivals and they've played all kinds of shit. I want to say they're at like 65,000 monthly listeners, right around that number.
Cool.
But they're very solid. I really, really enjoy their music, and we can go ahead and listen to 7 Years by CU Space Cowboy now. More Alisana vibes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you love it?
I do.
They're actually playing a tour in Germany right now
Oh, cool.
with Counterparts and Gideon.
Oh, that'd be a nice show.
Wouldn't it? Gideon is amazing. I know I've mentioned that before, but Counterparts I would love to see. And also them.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to see them as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause.
Cool. It gives very early 2010s vibes. And I love it.
Yeah, I just finished editing the last episode too, a week late, because I was demotivated because of the graphic designers getting back to me being like, yeah, no, I've got a 2.5 month wait. It's like...
Yikes.
Lost some motivation. I went ahead and did it before this episode just to make sure that I wasn't going to be... I don't want to backlog a bunch of shit. And I should have said this before. If you haven't... Like, I know when you're listening along, you're not going to be able to listen to the whole songs because I had to shorten it to basically just the sections where we're talking to avoid copyright claims, because the first episode it's been claimed like 5 times. Every song that I picked has been claimed, more or less. I've removed it from YouTube at this point. Even with it being private, of course, they still scan the videos for copyrighted content. I would really appreciate all of you going and listening to this music separately. Hopefully there's enough snippets that you can hear, whether it's the type of genre that you like or not. But if any of you end up going and listening to this music, let me know. I would love to hear that you ended up finding a band that you like because of a recommendation that I've made.
Yeah.
I'm also going to go ahead and apologize for this week because I have 6 songs.
Again.
Did I have 6 last week too?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I did. Fuck.
Because you said you had an additional one to make up for the fact
well,
that
I
you
made
had
it worse
4.
this time. The number is no longer equal, which means I can only have to find a few more for this next week. Up next, we have the band Casey with the song Little Bird. They are a 5-piece melodic hardcore band from South Wales.
That was not what I was expecting with the name and album cover, but all right.
Yeah, they
sign me up.
I actually did a little research, and they are no longer performing. They have broken up as a band.
Shame.
In 2019. They basically stated that they made a pact. My voice cut out completely when I said pact. They made a pact when they started the band that if they no longer felt artistically connected to the music, that they would just end the project was the word I was looking for. End the project.
Mad respect to them.
And that's what happened. They felt like they were no longer artistically connected to the music they were creating and decided to stop for basically mental health safeguarding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that, I mean, in the same post on Facebook, they were talking about how many streams they had gotten, and they were appreciative, and it's like they realized that they had garnered some modicum of fame and were giving that away because a member or members in the band was like, yeah, yo, I don't like this shit no more.
Yeah.
Which is, it's respectable.
Oh, definitely. I'd much rather listen to what little bits they cared about than
listen to stuff being drawn out for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
I agree completely. And this is Little Bird by Casey playing now. The album cover gave me a lot of Dispute vibes too, for some reason. I think it's...
Yeah, I can see that.
This was off of their first album. His little spoken word section there a second ago sounds a little bit like Old Gray.
Yeah.
The very, 3 words that he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Very good.
I mean, that can't just be your response for every single song that I picked.
You have good taste in music. No, it's definitely Lil La Disputey.
I was thinking the
Little Citizen-y.
You can't say that every band sounds like Citizen.
I know I said it last week, and I was thinking about that, and I'm like...
melodically, they kind of seem a little bit like the Spill Canvas without all the singing.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It's a very emotional song. All of their music feels like it was very emotional. So I kind of see maybe why they wanted to move on from...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Producing that type of music, because it can be very taxing mentally, I guess, to keep producing music that makes you want to scream and cry. We have this next one, but I think I need to take a potty break.
Potty break.
Potty break. Hello, back again.
Howdy.
So, to get us right back into where you left off from, If You're Leffin', Then I'm Chillin', Dude by Flight Patterns is what's coming up next.
On the album.
I know, that was... Oh, don't jump. No, I was going to say it.
Sorry, it's one of the first things I noticed.
Fuck! Yes, on the album, There Is No Montauk. That's right, it's a callback. It's a callback to 2.5 songs ago.
No, literally, it pulled it up, and I was like, oh. Montauk.
So, this band is from Fresno, California, with the band member Bart Thompson. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say...
No, this
Dude's
is
doing too much.
He does quite a bit. I think he's a dad too. I'm not 100%, but I think he's a dad. But no, this band is not from Fresno, California, and Bart Thompson is not part of this project. They are from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Cool. Ann Arbor is gorgeous.
I wish that I had gotten to go while I was in Michigan.
Yeah.
Now you all know we don't live in Michigan, so if you guessed Michigan, you're fucking idiots.
Wrong.
From what I could see, they toured a fair bit of the Midwest, but mainly stay within Michigan. They're around 20,000 monthly listeners. And if you didn't guess by their location, name, and their song naming schemes, what genre are they?
Midwest emo.
I'm a slut for Midwest emo.
I know.
No, it's just goated. But if you're leffin', then I'm chillin', dude, by Flight Patterns, playing now. The Twinkle, dude.
Very twinkly.
I wish I was good enough to play stuff like this. I think the reason that I like Midwest emo and songs like this so much is because it feels like they're telling a story.
Yeah.
Because they're telling a story.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
And it feels.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it feels. You stole my line.
I did.
I've always said that to you.
I know.
Like if you don't have a way to explain why it's good, but it's good, it feels.
Yeah.
Even if it feels bad, but it's bad in a good way, it feels.
Yep.
Like even if they like these guys are good musicians, but like a lot of Midwest emo they're not.
Yeah.
But it feels, so it makes it amazing. If this says anything, they're so good it makes me want to move to Michigan just to listen to them.
Right?
I fucking hate Michigan.
Way to alienate our Michigan listeners.
Oh no, they all hate it too.
No, I know.
One of the guys I work with is from Michigan. Lived there his whole life. Complains about it every time he goes back to see his kids. I don't think I would have hated Michigan so much if I hadn't been alone.
Yeah.
That's just a long drive.
Yeah.
By myself. Okay, we can go ahead and pause. You know, it's typical Midwest emo, but different than typical Midwest emo. Like, I don't know. I have to listen to these on very low volume when we're doing the recording, so that way it's not loud in the recording, so that way there's less chance of us being copyright stricken. I'm gonna just say all of the words.
Stroked.
I like that one. No, we agreed on stricken last time, and you agreed on stroked this time. But yeah, no, so I don't get the like full experience of getting to listen to it nice and loud, but like I've listened to this song a few times already. I've had it in the playlist for 3 days. And then of course you have like I don't know, I only listen to one headphone when I'm at work too.
Yeah.
So I'm only ever getting half of the experience, and I'd listen to them in the truck on the way home, but my drive from work to the house is 7 minutes. Like, I get to listen to a song. But I really like them. I listen to a lot more of their music as well, and they're not all as good, but they have quite a few good songs. I think that if the Midwest emo genre had more room for growth, they would be big. But
cool.
there's very few bands that make it in that genre. And it's because they do things a little bit differently.
That's true.
Like Mom Jeans.
Yeah.
For instance, is probably, I'm not going to say the biggest. There's a ton of big, like million plus listener Midwest emo bands, but it's very hard. Because, I don't know, I was going to say anybody could pick up a guitar and cry into a microphone about their ex-girlfriend.
It's true. But
only some of them do it right. And the ones that do it right generally have a picture of a house.
Yep.
So I don't know how to describe it. I don't know anything about music. So I'm gonna say that we're just gonna go ahead and move on.
Alrighty.
The next song is "You" by the artist Mouse. My notes that I have written here about Mouse are couldn't find shit.
Oh.
His name is Mouse. He doesn't have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, none of it linked.
Cool.
You look up Mouse musician, and it comes up with Modest Mouse.
Yeah.
What am I to do?
I don't know.
Listen to it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and listen to "You" by Mouse now. I want to cry to it.
Same.
Any grandiose, extravagant thoughts?
Good lord, that was so pretty.
Isn't it?
Okay. You didn't tell me the genre up front, so like my very small view of the album cover, the name and the artist, I was like, did you sneak like a house song on here? But no.
I wouldn't have guessed house by looking at that. The album cover gives me Joji-esque vibes.
Okay, that's fair. I can't see it super well, so.
I mean, mine is the size of my thumbnail.
Yeah. The purple, it just reminded me of like a house beat.
The blurry person's face with letters over it looks like Joji.
Fair.
Stuff to me, a little bit at least. Probably because his album cover is a blurry face with words on it, but
makes sense.
It's kind of Joji-esque too, actually. The music kind of was.
Yeah.
Not overly so because it wasn't. There was no like electronic production in it. Mm-hmm. It was just his guitar and him. There was a little bit actually. I'm not gonna lie. There was a small bass line and hi-hat that was playing throughout the song that definitely was not being played on his guitar. He's only got like. I've got to look it up actually, but I'm gonna say it was like 10,000 monthly listeners.
Deserves more.
Yeah. No, I mean all of them do.
I know.
Even the bands that no longer are making music. Yeah, he has 11,000 monthly listeners. And his bio is just blank. So like I can't find anything. So he is verified though on Spotify. Cool. So I don't know how they verify somebody who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I hope to see more from him. Basically.
Yeah.
I want to see where he comes from. Maybe we can do a recap a few episodes in, like we were talking about doing with the
true crime stuff.
The cases. Yeah, we could also do it with some of this music.
I'm down.
Come back through and maybe find some more music from the same people. But up next, I have a song called, I'm going to bleep it, Fuck. Oh, that's the wrong button. I think I bleeped it anyways, but I don't know. It's Fuck It. We'll just say it. Fuck It. By X Rice or Zrice. X Rice? I don't know. Whatever it is. I added this song when we were in the grocery store. You were in the grocery store after my foot started hurting. I was watching TikTok, and this song was on Ukrainian war footage from the Ukrainian side.
Oh. Okay.
And I heard like a 3-second snippet of it that they'd cut into it, and was like, oh fuck, this is sick.
Cool.
So here is Fuck It by... Oh, no, wait. I had a snippet of information.
Okay.
I'm going to say his. I'm making an assumption, but his three most... we'll just say three most listened to cities, the cities that listen to them the most, are in Mexico.
Cool.
Where do you think he's from?
Mexico?
Canada.
Oh.
He's from Ontario, Canada. Here we have Fuck It, X Rice. Go ahead and play it now. You should have heard it in my truck earlier. That shit's so cool sounding.
Oh, I can only imagine.
You know who would sound cool
Who?
on a track with this? Ghost Main.
Yeah. First person that came into my mind was Young Lean, and I was like, nope, don't think so.
Honestly, the guy you mentioned last week. Little Darky.
Ah, yeah. I was like, who did I mention last week?
Yeah, it was Little Darky. Okay, we can go and pause. Yeah, no, that shit slaps.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it and was like, I have to put this in there. I don't care that I already have 5 songs. I'm adding it. We have to do it.
Yep.
Have to. I didn't listen to any of his other music. It's been in the playlist for quite literally 7 hours. I don't know if it tells you the date added on your end.
It does indeed. It says 7 hours ago.
7 fucking hours. Like, it's not... I don't know anything about him at all. Other than where he's from and where his most listened cities are, of course. But yeah, no, listen to that shit. The shit slaps. It's good. Well, anyways, that does it for my music section. Just kidding! We have cyberpunk music. Do you know why?
Why?
It says it was added 11 seconds ago. I like that, considering that it wasn't 11 seconds ago.
Mine says 4 minutes ago.
Just because it was 4 minutes ago.
Oh.
Mine, or this was when you refresh the page, at least. If I was to refresh this right now, I'm sure it would say something else. But I wanted to have a section in this podcast originally talking about manga and anime that we had potentially watched. And I'm definitely going to talk about it if it comes up. And I'm sorry if you don't like manga or anime.
Sucks to suck.
You've been watching and reading the wrong anime and manga.
Yeah.
If you don't like anime and manga, because I don't like any of the mainstream shit other than, I guess, like Demon Slayer.
Yeah, Demon Slayer.
I enjoy My Hero
yeah.
well enough. The story's gotten worse as it's gone along, I will say that. Demon Slayer was cool. I've read it in its entirety. There's definitely better stuff that us as Americans don't get exposed to enough because of the negative weeb culture.
Yeah.
But I do know that Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix has pretty much exploded, and everybody's started to jump back into playing the game. They broke 1 million consecutive players, or 1 million players in a day, or something like that.
Nutty.
On Steam alone. I loved Cyberpunk 2077 when it came out.
So good.
I know that I was one of the, the I want to word this unpretentious. one of the few people that had a computer good enough to play it.
Yeah.
Now, I built my own computer. I've built computers my whole life. I feel like I earned the right to do that. You know? Mm-hmm. So it's like, it was also not that good of a computer. I remember the specs, and if anybody cares, I'll tell you. I'm just not doing it here because nobody wants to know that. But it was good enough to play that game, and it was amazing. The game is fucking amazing.
Gorgeous.
You know, and
lots of tears.
Of course, the anime comes out, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to watch a fucking anime made after a fucking game that people hated. Me not being one of the people that hated the game, and then I hear a couple people being like, no, the anime is really good. People on TikTok, of course. I'm like, let's just watch the first episode. I came home from work, we watched the first episode. We watched the second episode, and we had something to do, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to go do that. I want to watch more of this show. And so the next day, we watched one more episode, and I had stuff to do. So then the next day came over. We finished the fucking show. It's only 10 episodes, so it's only like 3 hours long, but it absolutely slaps. The whole show is amazing. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend that you do. The English dub is wonderful.
Be prepared to cry.
Yeah, absolutely be prepared to cry multiple times. I know that people like to argue against sub and dub and whatever, but it's very clear that they spend a lot of money paying their voice actors in English well.
Yeah.
I personally watch mostly dubbed because I spend a lot of time on my computer working. So I have my second monitor playing the dub because I cannot understand Japanese. I can't just listen to it and watch it out of the corner of my eye. Of course, have my focus elsewhere. That's my excuse, and it's the excuse I'm going to stand to forever. Yeah, we watched the whole thing dubbed laying in bed. I don't care.
Incredible.
It was great. It was wonderful. But anyways, this song is from Cyberpunk Edge Runners, as well as Cyberpunk 2077. I saw someone somebody on TikTok saying that the anime had a great soundtrack. Boy, the soundtrack is from Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
You just like the music they picked 2 years ago, and you're saying that the soundtrack to the anime is good now, that it's topical. Now that it's cool to think the music's good. We talked about that in depth. I normally turn the music off in games.
Yeah.
I didn't in 2077. We listened to it.
Yeah.
I loved the music in the game.
I would literally sit next to him while he's playing, and we experienced it, like, together.
Yeah.
Right after we got it, listening to the music.
I mean, I've been wanting that game for years.
Driving around Night City.
Rip, my boy, Jackie.
Crying about Jackie.
Yeah, and those of you who say that you didn't get to live with him enough, like, to feel, y'all are idiots.
Y'all didn't pay enough attention.
You didn't pay enough attention. It's that simple, exactly. But we're going to go ahead and listen to the song anyways because I really want to.
Cool.
And I don't know that I've listened to the song front to back before.
Fair point.
Without doing something else in game.
Yeah.
So, this is I Really Want to Stay at Your House by Rosa Walton and Hailey Coggins or Hailey Coggins. I'm not sure.
I would say Hailey.
I would say Hailey as well, but you also get called Hailey.
I do.
So, here we go. I Really Want to Stay at Your House from Cyberpunk. Playing now. The tears start immediately.
Ah!
It's weird in this middle bit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I see why they put it in the game.
Yeah.
And I see how they used it in the anime. God, it's so good.
Ugh. I wish I could forget.
And rewatch.
Yeah. I also wish I could forget and replay the game.
Yeah, same. Fun fact. They probably have that technology in the game.
Probably.
That should have been they should have like a rewatchers theater.
Yeah.
In game. That would be really cool, where they wipe your memory of that particular thing when you go in and you watch it again. That would, dude.
I know.
Like for that type of genre, that would be such a cool concept.
Agreed.
Yeah, that should have been a thing. Rewatcher. You could just do Rain White Rain Dance, right?
Yeah. What would be your first implant?
Dick. I want that cybercock. What you mean?
Good lord. Like that cyber psycho?
There was a cyber... Oh, no, he had a little one.
I mean,
the one pissing?
Yeah.
I don't want no fucking cyber shrimp dick. No.
In a world where anything is possible.
What's his name? Filippo? Rebecca's brother.
I'm trying to remember.
Or should I call her? No, I'm not gonna give the spoiler. My bleep button is working. Okay, I'm gonna get to say it, but Becca.
Stop.
Sheesh.
No, I cannot remember his name.
I want to say it's like Filippo or something. Google it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pause it. Oh no. I didn't realize there was a little break there. Obviously, I've never listened to the song before.
Pilar.
I was way off. I was way the fuck off.
But thanks for asking the question back. I'd get the mantis blades.
You wouldn't get a cyber dick?
I probably would get a cyber dick.
I mean,
I'd like to just pee anywhere.
I was gonna say, if we're being honest, most women in 2022 have a cyber dick. It's just not attached to them.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no. I think, like, actually, like, legitimately, I'd probably get reinforced tendons. You know, since my tendons from the factory suck and I always dislocate shit.
I'd get mechanical lungs, probably.
Reinforced tendons give you that double jump. Finally be able to play basketball good.
Yeah.
But no, like seriously, if you have not watched the anime and you have Netflix, it's free. It's a 2.5, 3 hour commitment. If you enjoy crying for feeling, watch it. It's great. And same thing goes with the game. If you have, I wouldn't recommend buying like a supercomputer to play the game, unless like you're a slut for good graphics like me. Then just buy like a. I think the Series S probably plays it well enough.
Yeah.
You know, I would legitimately say that buying a game console for one game would be worth it for that one.
Agreed.
That's a hard sell.
It is.
You know, it's $300 for the console and $30, I think, is what the game goes for now. So $330 for one game. But I would recommend against getting a PlayStation, specifically because if you get the Xbox, you also have Game Pass and can play like 30 other titles for $15. Now, this is not what this podcast is about.
Not sponsored.
Absolutely not sponsored. Please sponsor us, Xbox. Microsoft.
Please.
Daddy Gates. Just kidding. He's not part of Microsoft anymore. But no. Listen to the soundtrack. Even.
Yeah.
If you just are here for music, listen to the soundtrack.
If you want to feel like you're in cyberpunk, just drive around and play the soundtrack.
And then become a cyber psycho.
Don't do that.
It gave the anime really gave a whole new meaning to the idea behind cyber psycho if you didn't read all of the little lore bits here and there hidden in the game.
It definitely helps with world building.
Definitely. They world built in that anime so well, you do not need to play the game first.
It's true.
You could do either one. They did a very good job. The only thing that I think is funny is that they have a loli in it. But she's like a great character too. And the studio was like, we have to have the loli. And then CD Projekt Red, the company behind Cyberpunk, was like, you got to get rid of the loli. And they're like, fuck you then, you're not getting this anime. Yeah. So then they allowed it.
And then the subreddit, Cyberpunk, had to issue a warning for people to stop posting porn about her.
No, it's funny you mentioned that because you said that she was underage.
I thought she was.
She's not.
Oh.
She's just depicted that way because she's a loli.
Makes sense.
Yeah. She's actually, the minimum age that I saw was 18.
Okay.
So.
Still don't post porn about her.
Or do. And send us the link.
Don't do that. Don't. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, no, email us at goojpod.com. That's the email. She doesn't check it, so she'll never know.
It's true.
I don't check it either, so. All right, so
send us whatever you want.
Don't do that. Just please send us stuff that's related to this. This section has gone on for a long time. We still have the jail section.
Yep.
Which we fucked up a little bit.
Okay.
Not really. We didn't really fuck it up. We talked about this preemptively. If we were to do a true crime segment that was from a different country. Therefore, we cannot do state. I don't think that we're capable of looking up arrest records for a different country. And I'm not going to try to get you to do that right now live.
I will look it up later.
What we're going to do is revert back to alphabetical order, which leaves us the first state that starts with an A, which is not Arizona, which we already did. Mm-hmm. It's also not Alaska. It's the sweet home
of sister fucking.
Lord have mercy. I said sweet home.
Alabama.
There you go. I'm expecting you to pull this up on your end so that way I can wait until you have it pulled up to click on Dick Sword. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
All of these arrests are public information. The people depicted in these records are real people that may be at the lowest point in their lives. This content is being created for entertainment purposes only. Absolutely no ill will is wished to anyone following this message. People with addiction problems are some of the most harmed people in the American judicial system. Addiction is not a joke, regardless of the lighthearted content we are attempting to create.
Did you have to learn the state song?
No, but also I just gave myself a brief block of no time, which is why I didn't respond to you. So that way I can cover the whole thing with the jail part section screen.
Cool.
No, I did not learn the... oh, they have a ton of counties here.
Yeah, that's cool. What I initially scrolled down to check to make sure.
Yeah. But no, I don't know the state song. I think I've heard it, but in my head I'm singing something about Peru now. Maybe there's a country song that I learned.
Oh. Thanks,
It's got to be something. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't go to public school.
I only learned about the U.S.
Oh, that's funny. I was like, what? Yeah, okay. Now on to this point here, we have Tristan Taylor, Courtney Ray.
Yeah.
Patricia Brewer, and Tiffany Johnson. What a ragtag gang of women we have today.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and pause.
Okay.
For the disclaimer. I hope it's played at this point. Probably hasn't. I probably threw it in way earlier. So, since this was technically supposed to be my episode, and I picked the last 3 times we've done it, you pick who we start with.
I'm gonna go right to left, as per
right
usual.
to left. Tristan Taylor.
Look, the photo itself reminds me of like 2008.
Yes.
I'm an emo kid.
I know a fucking woman, girl. Okay. Tangent. Dude I used to know. Used to drink with him when I was not old enough. Mm-hmm. He had a girlfriend who made him eat her out while she was on her period.
Gross.
That looks like her.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to guess that she is 27 years old.
Okay. I'm guessing 25.
And this is Alabama. What's illegal in Alabama that looks like... She looks like... Weed's not legal there.
No.
I'm going to say DWI and possession of marijuana or drug paraphernalia.
Okay. I hate that the first thing that came to my head was bestiality. Because Alabama...
Whoa. This ain't Wisconsin. Anybody who gets that reference, please don't talk to me. Other than you, since you're sitting next to me and you get the reference.
Blocked.
Yeah, actually.
No, I'm going to go with DWI. I'm going to go with possession of a controlled substance.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
96, so she's 20... Oh, wait, age 26. I was close.
Yeah.
You didn't give an age.
I said 25.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So we split the difference.
Yep.
Perfectly.
Possession of a controlled substance.
You looked at these before.
No, I didn't.
Domestic violence, 3rd, simple assault.
And driving while license is suspended. She looks so much...
Okay. Older in all of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. First arrest. Driving under the influence, controlled substance.
So DWI. DUI. What's the difference between a DUI and a DWI?
I think it's just name alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Because some states say DUI, some say DWI.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Second arrest.
Jesus.
Duty upon striking an unoccupied vehicle, driving under the influence, controlled. And failure to...
I also realized that I just described this person like a person that no one knows. We're supposed to describe what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
For the listeners that are listening here. This is supposed to be the part that hooks them. That makes them want to go watch the other bit. So maybe my bad description makes them want to go watch the other bit just so we can know what we're fucking talking about.
Good lord, those dark circles.
I know.
Third arrest, domestic violence,
DWI.
third degree.
Or DUI.
DUI.
What is duty upon striking an oh, is that like a shit, what's
Hit
it
and
called?
run?
Hit and run, yeah.
I think so. Don't hold me on that, but I think that's what it is. And fourth, bond revocation.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool cat. 184 views. Now we have Courtney Ray. Related to Billy Ray or otherwise?
Related to Bobby Ray.
Who the hell is Bobby Ray?
He is the
Damn
winner
it, Bobby.
of Hell's Kitchen. I believe
Is it
season
spelled that
1.
way?
Yep.
Wow, Courtney with her little Bobby boy. You know what she said? She says she runs Hell's house. She beat that man.
Probably.
Yeah, she looks like a domestic abuser.
She does.
And looks like she's 30.
I was gonna guess 34.
I'm gonna go 30. I was thinking 29 or 30, so I'm gonna go 30 because
Okay.
I think that I'm undershooting it as well, like you thought, 34 or whatever. But yeah, domestic abuse and 30.
I hate that you're probably right about domestic abuse.
You know what we should do, and I might do at some point, is go through and tally up the points from this section to see who's in the lead.
I think I am.
You're definitely beating me
Because I rocked it out with that prostitution one.
We say
first
that
step.
maybe we'll have to let's come up with rules.
Okay.
And then we'll figure it out. We'll maybe tally them up by episode 10.
Cool.
But the yeah, okay, I don't remember what I said. 30 and domestic abuse. We'll get back to that, I guess.
I'm gonna go DUI. It's an easy guess.
It's such an easy guess.
Driving under the influence, misdemeanor.
I didn't want to guess it though. And I said, what age? 30, and I guessed 29, but I thought I was undershooting it, so I jumped into 30.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 a.m. What a time to be arrested.
Yep.
She'd been arrested before.
Oh. Nope.
Okay.
First offense. Patricia Brewer.
Murder.
She looks so wholesome.
Murder. She's also 27. I'm kidding. No, she's obviously, I'm going to say she's 67.
I'm going to go with...
And a murderer.
60.
Okay, I also have another guess.
71.
Am I allowed to do two guesses? It's like my lifeline.
Yeah. Go for it.
Contempt.
Like contempt of court?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's either murder or contempt. It's like, I feel like I have to pick one though, especially if we're going to tally.
I'm going to go with writing bad checks.
Ooh, she does look like she would write some bad checks for like fucking fried chicken at KFC. Or otherwise. What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, okay.
She looks like the kind of lady who would get mad that they don't take checks at the grocery store anymore.
I'm just going to go contempt. Contempt of court.
Okay.
And 67.
Charges unknown.
80 goddamn 1 years old.
She looks great for 81.
No, she doesn't. Look at that picture. She's got a fucking... She looks like she's worn chokers since fucking 7th grade.
Well, that's a bummer.
You know, I could say, look up her name, but we've learned our lesson there.
Yeah.
Doxes everyone.
Yep.
So we're going to have to live with another charges unknown. How are we going to do points there? Just whoever was closest to the age gets a point, I guess, for ones where we don't have. Yeah. I want to be clear that I only want to do the point system for the most popular 4.
Cool. Works for me.
I don't want to have to try to keep track of the other ones.
That is fair.
Tiffany Johnson. That poor unfortunate soul.
I know. I feel so bad.
I'm gonna say whatever. I don't know what it's called in Alabama. Drug charges of some kind.
I'm going to go with 40.
Oh, I didn't say an age. It's hard to tell because she doesn't have hair.
I know.
She looks like Chucky a little bit.
Goodness gracious.
I know.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
I shouldn't say it, but like.
I'm going to go with possession of a controlled substance.
And you said 40. I'm
Yeah.
going to say 41.
Okay.
And it's closest, not closest without going over.
Yeah.
So that's a risk I'm willing to take.
36.
36. I was going to guess younger, but I didn't know.
Are you ready for the big reveal?
No!
Prostitution.
Who paid for her? What happened to her hair?
I don't know.
Huh.
All right.
Interesting.
First arrest, domestic violence, 3rd degree.
Okay.
Second arrest, criminal trespassing.
trespass. Holy fuck, there were more arrests on
I
that one.
know.
Domestic violence.
Domestic
They're the same one. Oh, no, they're not.
Possession of drug paraphernalia or possession. Unlawful possession of a controlled substance.
So it looks like she started prostituting because of a drug addiction, potentially,
Yeah.
after a potential falling out
Yeah.
with a previous lover,
Yeah.
causing domestic abuse. See, this is what we've been talking about before. It's all cyclical, and it's not their fault all of the time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously every person has the choice to change, but when the system is built against them, then it becomes very difficult to do so.
Yeah.
So.
Especially when it's not there for rehabilitation, it's for punishment.
Exactly. Yeah, you punish people instead of treat them. And what do you get? People who
Shit like
hide
this.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with child and pet rearing.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but people who are lacking in discipline enough to commit crimes such as these don't understand the repercussions of their actions,
Yeah.
or they are abusing the system that's built by, let's say, for instance, prostitution could potentially be very profitable for a very short period of time. It's illegal.
Yes.
But if they don't catch you, you've made the money.
Yeah.
So there's no repercussions for that action.
Yep.
Right? So then you get sent to jail. I don't know what type of sentencing prostitution has in Alabama.
I don't know what sentencing it has anywhere.
But
Honestly.
instead of teaching them why prostitution is bad, which there's a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm not shaming sex workers at all. I think that it should be regulated properly.
Agreed.
But why illegal prostitution is bad, I should say.
Yeah.
Like,
Dangerous.
without teaching the dangers and reasoning behind the law, and you just punish them for doing it.
Yeah.
No one ever learns. No one learns from that, and it just hurts people.
Yeah.
The system is just hurting people and will always just hurt people. But that does it for the recorded audio only section of Goojpod episode 4.
Heck yeah.
Once again, I have been Cannon.
And I'm Hailey.
And I hope that you continue to listen into the little bit of YouTube section that's coming up right after this. Thanks. Bye.
Goodbye. Welcome back
To the Goojpod on YouTube.
Yep.
Oop. I put my crosshair. That's not a crosshair. Fuck, you can tell I play too many games. It's my cursor. Okay, go ahead and scroll up. Let's see. Let's see this first page of delinquents. First one that sticks out to me. Oh, new rules. Because I feel like some of these little in bits we throw on YouTube are a little bit long-winded. And just for sake of streamlining,
Streamlining.
It reminds me of LimeWire.
That's what I was about to say.
But no, streamlining the production process on my end, since I'm the one that edits everything. I think we should do 2 a piece per page, unless we see someone and we're like, dude, we gotta do these.
Yep.
Right? So I have 2. I have 3.
Okay. Same.
So if there's overlap, we can pick different ones.
Okay.
My first one is going to be Ashley Watkins
Okay.
on the top row.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked Ashley because she reminds me of the "you got games on your phone" kid with the way they took that picture in
Yeah.
her fucking nostrils.
Yeah.
Was that one of your choices?
It was not.
And now I'm realizing I have 4.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. Just because I think it's funny, I'm just gonna go with Hill.
I didn't even see his name was just Hill.
And the second one being just Edwards. Because
No.
I find that absolutely hilarious.
I didn't look at his name, but Kodak Black.
Yeah.
He's got the Kodak. What do they call those? Knobs? Got the big lump of knobs.
Oh my god.
It has the juice. It's corn. Okay. So Hill and Edwards. Edwards was one of mine.
Okay.
So I had Ashley and Edwards.
And my last one was Daniel Bowen.
I didn't care about him.
He looks like a serial killer.
He looks like a pretentious fuck.
That too.
So the other one that I had was Aaron Anderson.
Yep.
He looks like, I can't remember his name, but I want to say his first name is also, it is Aaron. It's Aaron Lewis is who he looks like.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Nope.
Stained.
Oh, okay.
The vocalist of Stained.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he looks like him, and his name's Aaron. So we could do Aaron, Ashley, Hill, Edwards, and Daniel.
Sounds
so
good to me.
that's 3 apiece,
Yep.
I think, technically.
One,
sort of.
two.
That's 5.
Yeah.
We'll just start with Aaron.
Okay.
I'm going to say he is 42.
I was gonna go 45.
I almost said 44. You might be able to hear that in the recording. You go 40
Yeah.
and then change it to 2. I'm going to go 42, and I'm going to say he was arrested for possession of methamphetamine. Hey, my boy Aaron Lewis.
Good
If you know,
guess.
you know.
I'm gonna go with domestic violence.
I'm going to go ahead and crack this beverage. If anybody on YouTube is wondering, it's a Coke. A cola.
Yep. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Failure to appear for a felony.
39.
39. We both guessed high.
Yep.
It was that touch of gray in his beard.
It was indeed.
Doesn't feel like something a 39-year-old would have to me.
Nope.
I wonder what his felony was. Aaron George Anderson. I guess the world will never know.
Yeah.
Unless you're watching this, Aaron. Please let us know what it is you did. Ashley Watkins is a 33-year-old woman.
That's a really good guess.
I have another number in my head,
Okay.
but I'm gonna stick to my guns and say 33.
I'm gonna go 35.
36 was my other guess, so if it's 36, I'm gonna be really upset.
Yeah.
And I think she got arrested for theft.
It's such an unflattering photo.
That's why I picked it.
I'm gonna take the cop out. I'm gonna say DUI.
She don't look drunk to me. 37.
Yeah.
Fuck. My 36 guess was so close.
It was indeed. Pending.
Bond of 300. Something
Yeah.
petty shoplifting.
Yep.
Probably. I don't know. I have bad news for you.
What?
Tuscaloosa
Mm-hmm.
always only uses the last name.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's not just Hill and Edwards. It's just
Aw.
their last name from Tuscaloosa.
It was so funny.
It was really funny until I realized. But we could go ahead.
Okay.
Hill is 55 years old,
I'm gonna say 59.
fleeing and evading.
I don't know why I always think old people are writing bad checks, but I'm gonna say writing bad checks.
I don't think he's as old as you think.
No age.
DUI.
Yep.
Hey, Mr. Hill, how old are you? So then you have Kodak Black. That's who I'm thinking, right?
Yes.
We're not going to get an age.
Yeah.
We could guess. We're just going to throw an age out there. I'm going to say 35. No, he's older than that. He's
39.
40. He's 40. Ooh. That's a good guess, too. 39 and 40, right? Mm-hmm. And my man's was arrested for... Do they do PIs in Alabama?
I would think so.
Because he looks like he'd be in a club.
Yeah.
Partying and then just walk outside and get arrested for it.
Yeah. Taking the cop out, DUI.
Okay. DUI, PI.
Domestic violence. Harassment.
I would have guessed it had I realized they were in fact not done like Kodak Black. They look like little broccolis. If you got little broccolis on your head, you're beating people for making fun of you.
Good Lord.
David, or Daniel.
Daniel Bowen from Etowah County.
He's 20. Fuck, he looks older than me. I look young for my age.
You do.
Maybe that's the problem. He's 30.
I'm going to guess 33.
I'm going to go DUI.
I could see DUI. I could also see murder.
I say DUI because he's...
Don't say that.
I got it, yeah.
You gotta cut that.
I gotta cut that. I didn't mean... I meant...
Can't be accidentally...
I accidentally... Fuck! I got it... Dude, my tongue stuck to the roof. I don't know what happened. I was talking about his... It's not funny. It's not even his... Nor... It's stupid.
I'm gonna guess public intoxication.
I've got to edit out all of that so no one knows what you're laughing about.
Yep.
Motherfucker, dude. I said DUI and what, 30?
Yeah. I said 33 and I'm going public intoxication. DUI. Controlled substances.
36.
He's got a long neck.
He does.
Good Lord.
Boy, show me what that neck do.
Please do not. All right, next page.
Lord knows he don't need a neck that long for a boy like me. Hulsey. Hulsey? I can't read what that's the
Yeah,
second
you
one.
got it right.
Which one?
Hulsey.
U or O?
H-U.
Ah, there's so many. I want to see Jonathan Romero.
Okay.
Jaminus is staring into my heart. Or Jamarus. No.
Jamarus.
Jamarus Robinson is staring into my soul. Mm-hmm. And then you also have Petronium.
I know. That was one of mine. Petronium Bailey.
I'm also curious what the hell Alicia did.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesse.
Jesse was another one of mine.
So we have...
1, 2, 3, 5 again.
Yeah, let's just do it.
All right.
Jonathan Romero is 24 years old. From Mobile, Alabama.
He could be...
It's hard to tell from the blurry picture. Yeah.
Come on, Mobile.
All of the ones from Mobile are bad.
I know.
Leo down in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Jamoris.
Yeah.
Jamarus. I don't know how to say his name. But yeah, I'm going to say... What did I say? 24?
24, 25, something like that.
I think 24. And reckless driving.
I'm going to go with 21 and DUI. First offense.
DUI was what I was going to guess as well, but I'm going to go reckless driving.
Cool.
DUI.
DUI. No age.
No age.
One arrest before. DUI. So I was wrong with first offense.
Why did you say first offense? You
I don't
have
know,
to do
because
that.
he looked like he was like, oh, I've never been arrested
He's young.
before. Yeah.
So Jamarus?
Yep.
Jamoris?
47.
37.
Nice.
Judging by the way his eyes look, PCP. Possession
of a controlled substance.
Yeah.
Yep. Reckless endangerment. And 3 counts of domestic violence assault.
Love that. What the hell?
What happened to him?
PCP.
First arrest was in 2009.
Traffic charges. possession of a controlled substance. That's what
Yeah.
happened. Because they added marijuana separately.
Yeah. Distribution.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
This big picture.
I know, it was weird. Well, that's the left and right side of the same picture.
Yep.
It's fucking weird.
Violation of a release order. Parole violation. Probation violation. Good lord. Marijuana. Safekeeping for another agency. Domestic assault. Sheesh.
Yeah, it went downhill quick.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like he started using something.
Yeah.
Which, again, the system.
Yep.
But I guess can I just jump over to Petronium?
Yep.
What a name.
What a great name.
Petronium.
Petronium.
That's like the name of like a fucking conqueror, dude.
Do you think his parents just really liked Patron?
Oh,
It's like,
fuck, I hope not.
We can't name our
I didn't
kid Patron.
fucking think of that. I was thinking like, it sounds like a Roman emperor's name.
Yeah.
Petronium.
Or they really liked Harry Potter.
Is that the Patronum?
Patronus.
Patronus. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, so I think he's 23. Fuck. 22? Can I change that?
Yeah.
22 and possession of marijuana.
I'm guessing 18. And possession of marijuana is a really good one.
All right.
Oh my god.
19 and hey, he didn't do it. He just tried. That's something, right?
Yeah.
Attempted murder.
It's wild seeing birth dates that start with
2000.
yeah. Petronium Lavon. Man, he just jumped straight to attempted murder.
It makes you wonder.
No wind up or nothing.
What? There's a more information button below his name. I like that statement. No claims of accuracy.
Yeah.
Okay, go back. That's fine. I was just curious. I saw it for the first time. Oh shit, it changed.
Well, we got Alicia
And Jesse.
and Jesse.
Okay, let's do those. Let's start with Alicia. I think she's 25.
I'm gonna guess she's 32
Really? That old?
because she looks like a friend of mine.
Fair. What's her last name? Oettinger?
Yeah, Oettinger? Oettinger?
Oettinger.
Oettinger.
Oettinger. Yeah. 20. I'm gonna stick to my gun and say 25.
Cool.
And she looks like she's standing in front of a freshly drywalled wall.
I know.
But I'm gonna say what? Child endangerment.
That's a good one.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
the person directly below her is her in 20 years.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Fun fact. Thanks.
Curses.
What is the dog doing?
I don't know. Stepping on things.
I know. I need to get that stuff put back on the car.
Yeah. Theft
Hello,
under
dog.
500.
Oh, I could see that too. Court order. See narrative.
She's
30.
30.
What did I say?
25.
What did you say?
32.
Fuck, you're closer. We can't look at all of these.
No, they're all probably the exact same.
Theft.
Theft of property.
What did you say?
Theft under 500.
Yeah, well, you got the thief look, right? Huh.
Failure to appear.
Assault.
Third.
Jesus.
Illegal possession of prescription drugs.
She's tall.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say how tall, but that one made her look like she was like 5'8", 5'9".
Tampering with physical evidence.
love
property
this shirt.
crime. Yep.
Serve.
Warrants.
Okay. Weird. So I know we didn't talk about her, but I'm gonna mention Laura Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like Sugar Sean O'Malley.
I don't know who that is.
Look him up, please.
Sugar?
You could just do Sean O'Malley. No, E-A-N, I think.
Yep.
Just click on images so you can see him with blonde hair. Shit, just type blonde. It's not really blonde, but it's like where his color is. Or maybe he did have blonde hair. He did have blonde hair. This is what I was thinking of.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, you can close it.
Sorry, I just had to click on this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. He's a UFC fighter. I guess you realize that.
Yes. Yeah. Read his little description.
I just saw her and was like, damn. All right, so we have Jesse Stack.
Stack.
Fuck. It's hard to tell.
I'm going to go with 29.
I'm going to go 24.
And domestic violence.
I think 24, and I'm gonna go big here. And I'm gonna say murder or attempted. Can we agree that if I say murder or attempted, either one I'm right?
Correct. Burglary third. Theft of property second. Failure to appear.
How old did I say? 24.
Yeah.
He's 25.
Nice.
I definitely won that one.
Yes.
Drugs.
Drugs.
All right, third and final page.
Yep.
For tonight.
Okay, I got mine too.
I've got 4.
Okay.
I wanted Deborah Oda or Ola.
Ola.
Emmanuel Acklin.
Okay.
And Deffy Jeffrey.
Okay. Deffy Jeffrey was one of mine.
And Lucas Justin.
Okay.
Because they look like characters.
Yeah. See, I was going to make a joke because I want Reginald Davidson because he looks like Homer Simpson.
Oh my god, he does kind of.
Deffy Jeffrey looks like Sideshow Bob.
Also the name Deffy Jeffrey,
I
though.
know.
Or Deffy?
Deffy?
It's Deffy. We're calling him Deffy. I like
Deffy.
Deffy better. All right, let's start with Deborah. We'll do Deborah.
All right.
Mobile. I don't know. She looks like she was arrested for trying to lay an egg.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I can see it.
She's red.
Yeah.
So it's got to be PI or DUI.
Yeah.
And
I could not give you an age.
42 years of age.
I'm going to guess 50.
Sure.
Disorderly conduct.
No age.
No age.
Fuck. She's a mess.
She lost a lot of weight.
You think? She was arrested on 420.
Yeah.
Okay. Reginald. Reginald. What? 34?
42.
And shit, it's so hard looking at somebody like that and be like, what the fuck could they have been arrested
know.
for?
I'm going with theft of property.
I'm just gonna jump to DUI again.
Okay. 36.
What did I say? 34.
Yeah,
Is that right?
I think so. And I said 42.
Who was right then?
You.
Sure. Drug trafficking. God damn.
Possession of marijuana second degree
Hey, comment if you just heard me crack my neck.
with a bond of $50,000.
$50,000.
And he bonded out. Damn.
Goddamn right he did.
Hell yeah.
Dude, if you're fucking running around with that much pot, you better have some money.
Yeah.
Shit. Goddamn right.
Cool.
I mean, like, it says drug trafficking. I hope that it's for the weed. If it's just weed, I'm all for it.
Yeah. It should be legal.
Yeah. Emmanuel Acklin, are we doing him?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to say 27 years old.
I'm going to guess 24.
Possession of marijuana.
Yep.
We said it like the same time. All right, go for it.
Oh.
Oh.
He's 20.
And shot something.
Shot into dwelling or vehicle, occupied/unoccupied, with a
Lord
bond
have
of
mercy.
$10,000.
All right, man. That's bad.
It is.
This was the third page?
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby Cruz kind of looks like T Grizzly.
Yep.
I have no idea what T Grizzly's real name is either.
T Grizzly? I don't know.
Well, go ahead. We're not going to guess, but I want you to click on it. Just.
Okay.
I want to see what he was arrested for. No data. Okay. Definitely not him. Bobby Pierre Cruz. Deffy.
Deffy.
Deffy, my boy. Deffy, my boy. You got an age?
I'm trying. 64?
60.
Okay.
Possession of child pornography.
That's a good guess. He looks like Herbert.
Yeah. The pervert from Family Guy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I don't, yeah. Something with kids.
You can't pick the same thing.
But it's not, I was going to say like that he didn't re-register for the sex offender list.
Go for it. Whatever that charge could be.
Failure to appear or comply or pay.
He's really short.
5'2".
2, according to the thing. But I mean, the doorknob comes up to his elbow.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's probably not a pedo.
Yeah.
I hope. So we have on the last one for this episode, Lucas Justin.
2 first names.
Yeah. I think he is 28.
31. Public intoxication.
DUI.
I think he got drunk at an Oktoberfest.
I don't. TUI.
Criminal mischief. Second other. He's really short.
And he doesn't have an age listed.
Yep.
5'5", 294. That is a thick boy.
3 first names.
Is Lynn? Yeah, I have a cousin named Lynn, actually. Yeah. LLJ. LL Bean.
Yep. LL Cool J.
Well, that's a different. That's the one the ladies love. I don't think any ladies love this guy.
Criminal mischief.
Okay, crickets. All right, well, this has been Goojpod on YouTube.
Yep.
Thank you for watching the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
If you want to tune in for more, next episode, we've got something special, the Kentucky Dough.
Yeah.
First time we've ever told you what it is the next episode's about, so it better be a fucking good one.
Watch it not be, and I have to pick something else.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that would be embarrassing for you.
Surprise!
Not my part, so I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
If you want to see more people who have been arrested for things they may or may not have done, please come back next week. We post this every week on whatever day I post the first episode on.
Cool.
Could be Monday, Sunday.
Tuesday?
Might be a Friday. Who knows? Come back and see us. I have been Cannon.
And I've been Hailey.
Oh, you stole my thing.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.